We're going to start off with Mr. Z Weng from Monday. He's going to be talking about partnerships between basically just Omnitas, no other partnership, and Monday and why it's so important. So Z, would you like to come and take the floor?
Great to be here. I'm Z Weng. I'm forget the title, it's a bit of a mouthful, but I lead the partnerships team for the UK and Nordics. So it's only right that I'll speak to you all about the power of partnerships and why we value them so much at Monday. Quick agenda, I'll talk a little bit about change. I think a lot of you guys, if you've used Monday or are thinking of using Monday, are familiar with some of the changes that are needed within the business. Why that drives us to invest a lot into partners, and also the role they play for us and for our customers. I'll talk a little bit about what makes a good partnership. There's very, very interesting analogy I'll make there, which hopefully will hit home. And then also a little bit more about our partnership with Omnitas and generally how we work with partners. So on the surface, Monday is a software company. You guys see our ads probably too much on YouTube, and you know a little bit more about what we do. But really what we're trying to do is to incite change within businesses. And if you've used Monday before, you'll probably notice a lot of processes or changes or behavioral changes that need to happen. And the fact is, it's not that easy, right? So the IDC estimates $2 trillion will be spent this year on digital transformation. It's a lot of money. And it's very important, but 84% of those projects are going to fail. So that's a lot of trillions, but there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is that you might not have the right product, or the business isn't quite ready for the change, or potentially the adoption isn't there. So you can buy a piece of software, spend months investigating into it, it ticks all the boxes, you finally get the green light, and then nobody uses it, which is really tough. And then you end up in a situation like this, where in the first week, everyone is extremely eager to get into Monday or some other software, hopefully not Monday. And then some weeks afterwards, there are no users. So that's the situation that we want to avoid from our customers. And I think a lot of that comes from the help of our partners like Omnitas, who really are there to drive the adoption, to make sure things are implemented properly. A bit more data for you about gyms. But partners in general for Monday drive a lot of innovation, and they also bring a lot of value to our customers. So if you've worked with Omnitas, then you'll know that they do a lot of hands-on consulting. They aren't just there in the background, they work with you very closely. They make sure the implementation goes well, because we know without a successful implementation, you'll get that gym scenario in February. And there's also a lot of changes and feedback that they take on for us. So they build things that are bespoke, right? We have some businesses where they have a process that really doesn't exist in any other business. So that's a custom build that needs to be made, but it's right to do that. Otherwise usage won't be there. And alongside that, there's the ongoing part, the customer success, people like Julia and Robin, who's here, who work with our customers to make sure they are getting the most value out of Monday. And ultimately, Omnitas help us and our customers get the most out of Monday, and also make Monday.com work for their business, and get the time to value quicker as well. So what they also do for us is further our capabilities. You're probably sick of hearing about automation and integrations, but don't worry, we will talk about them more. But all of the core features of Monday.com, the products that we're building, they're fantastic, and they're bread and butter of what Monday does. But our dev team also have a lot of different projects, so they can't get to every single thing. We have partners who actually take that and build things which are beyond our wildest imaginations. If you've seen or used the time reporting solution by Omnitas, then you'll know that there are things built on top of Monday which make the experience better and make Monday more usable for specific use cases. So the marketplace is a great place for all of those things to live, and again, adds more value to the customer. Connectivity with other tools as well. We know that when it comes to software, if you look at something that's new, or if you're looking at rolling it out to a bigger user base, it's a lot easier when it integrates with the tools they're already using. So you can see some of the logos here, like Salesforce, Teams, which your colleagues in different departments or yourself might be using. And of course, a lot of the work that's done there is by partners, but also through Make as well, which is a big part of the integratability of Monday. That's a tough word. Thank you. And recently, in the last couple of years, I would say we've seen that there are some verticals where you can create a pre-packaged Monday solution, and that lends itself to being implemented quickly. So imagine an end-to-end solution just for industries like legal project management, accountancy, publishing, for example, just to name a few. So those, again, fast track that usability of Monday.com, and it means that customers don't have to wait around for 6 months to start using it. They can deploy it very, very quickly and start putting it into their business. So we are not the biggest team. Half of my team is in this room. Actually, three quarters of my team is in this room. And but what we do want to do is build the biggest modern SaaS partnerships ecosystem. So you'll see a lot of pictures. What that means is not just that we have a lot of events, but that we want to build a lot of value with our partners. Like I said, they build things that we don't necessarily think of, right? They're on the ground talking to our customers, they're capturing the feedback. They're also often working with other technologies, so they can find links that Monday probably won't be able to, or certainly not as quickly. So we're very proud of the fact that we're doing that. So that leads me to the question of what makes a good partnership. Any fans of Married at First Sight? Yeah? So what makes a good partnership? So our head of department in the partners team always says, partnerships are like marriages. They're not every day is going to be great and perfect and sunshine and roses, but what is important is that we're on the journey together. We're committed to doing things together, to helping each other out, communicating, and having a level of integrity and trust and honesty. And I feel like we have that with all of our partners, and certainly Omnitas is one of those. By the way, I'm getting legally married in 30 days, so I may add to this list in 30 days' time. And we really see our partners as an extension of our team, right? We go through a big process of working with our partners from the beginning. We are in the second biggest software market in the world after North America. But in the UK, we only have 8 partners that cover the entire region. That's not because we're very bad at finding them, it's because we're quite selective at who we work with. So it takes a couple of months for us just to work out the fit. Are they the right people? Do they have the right capability, ethos, etc.? And then we move on to agreeing on the goals. What sort of KPIs do we want to target together? Who are the personnel? What's the team that's going to be running the Monday.com practice? And really is a practice. We actually work only with partners who have people who are dedicated to Monday.com. And after that, we've got the team in place. We know what we want to achieve in the year. Then we start the process of training. And it's just a start because it's ongoing. But we spend a lot of time with certifications, which is really just the beginning, but also hands-on training with our partners as well. So we're quite unique in some ways in that customers will often see a Monday person and a partner person on our calls. And we always want to be there as the vendor, but we also want to allow our partners to have a lot of knowledge and access to the same tools that we have. So we give them access to a lot of proprietary technology as well. So that whole thing could take 6 months, maybe more. But that's not enough. After that, there's ongoing training, right? There's always product releases and features. I think last quarter released something like 100 different specific feature lines, which is a lot to take in. And it's important for our partners to be ahead of the curve and know what's coming up to show our customers as well. That happens once a quarter. All of my team and their partners will have scheduled weekly syncs. But if you ask anyone from Omnitas, it's more like a daily communication with their channel partner manager. Not because we're naggy, but because going back to a good partnership, you have to constantly communicate. And also we open up the Monday.com team and the resources we have there as well to our partners. So they have access to the channel managers, the service managers, the technical team, product specialists, legal, you name it. I'm sure there's a lot of people I left off on that list. So again, they really are an extension of Monday.com And all of our partners have these teams in place. I'm sure it's not news to you that we have got all of these teams, but the reason this is on the slide is it directly mirrors what Monday.com has. We also have consulting teams who are there to find the fit, to make sure that it's the right product for you and the use case works. The account managers and customer success people who are there with you on your journey to make sure that we're spreading the word about Monday if it goes well, but also so that you get the most out of the platform. And of course, the developers and the professional services. And you'll hear a little bit more from Ken later on about that. So our Monday journey, or our journey with Omnitas so far is, it's been a fantastic one. I think it goes without saying that they are a brilliant partner of ours, a platinum partner for 6 years. Actually predating my tenure at Monday, which is also why, by the way, Thomas and his team are such wizards, because they've got 4 years on me. But they're complete wizards in Monday.com. They're one of the best partners we work with. I'm not just saying that because he's put on loads of food. But collectively, we work with our partners very closely, and Omnitas is no exception. They work with 350 plus customer companies across the UK and Nordics, which translates to about 25,000 users. So individuals who are using Monday.com with Omnitas. And again, the power of partnership for us is that we have the trust with the partner. We do something about 30 to 40% of our UK business with a partner who's named and works with our customers, because we know they can achieve those results, they can get that success. And they also have the Monday.com knowledge. So yeah, I have to say hats off to them for their ongoing services, but their consultation, implementation, and deployment with some of these companies here that you may recognize has been fantastic, and I hope the journey continues.